I'm Chad with the PC Fix here to give you your heads up with the details you need to know about Metal Gear Survive before you buy. The game has gotten a lot of hate due to Konami firing Kojima and slapping the Metal Gear name on a zombie survival game. We will look at the game's features as well as the pros and the cons. Let's survive through this with a brief overview and get right into gear. Metal Gear. Let's start off by saying the game is just a spin-off and not really canon to the Metal Gear timeline. That being out of the way, the story takes place during the evacuation of Big Boss and Kaz Miller from Mother Base. A wormhole appears, sucking an offshore plant along with the military Sun Frontier soldiers into another dimension. Being in an alternate universe, the soldiers fight against crystallized zombie-like enemies called Wanderers. The goal is to survive by finding materials in a hostile environment, build a base, and survive long enough to find your way back home. Metal Gear Survive is a third-person action-adventure survival game that is set in an open-world environment. It can be played solo or co-op, which 3 other players can join you to fight the Horde. If you play solo, 3 AI teammates will accompany you during the game that you can give orders to. The game requires you to always be connected to the internet to play, and here's why. It's because you're being able to transfer items from one game mode to another. From what I've seen, there are different ways for you to make your character your own. Character customization will allow the player to change skin color, hairstyles, facial features, and even add face paints. The game will feature many different weapons to choose from to help you fight incoming enemy hordes. You need to find blueprints first in order to craft the item you wish to create. There will be no loot boxes or pay to win involved as of right now for this title. There will, however, be microtransactions to buy full operating base customizations as well as accessories. There will be DLC day 1 with the pre-order of the game. The survival pack includes 4 gold-plated weapons, 2 additional gestures, happy and thumbs up, 4 metallic survival scarves, kabuki face paint, and Boxman accessory, and the Mother Base nameplate. Metal Gear Survive is using the Fox engine, much like Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear 5 The Phantom Pain. This was not created by Hideo Kojima since he left Konami after developing his own studio, Kojima Productions. The game is being published and developed by Konami and is coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC February 20th, 2018. Let's dive into single player of Metal Gear Survive to get an understanding of how it plays. You'll begin at your main base of operations. It is there that you will use workbenches to be able to craft and customize your weapons, gadgets, gear, and even cook. Using a computer named Virgil89, you can access missions you need to continue to progress to the storyline. It will begin with a tutorial to teach you how to use your iDroid and get the lay of the land. In single player mode, you have to keep up with your character's hunger and thirst. Considering that this is a survival game, you have to find food and water by gathering resources. You must obtain it by hunting animals and gathering water from watering holes to keep your character from dying. Gathering resources from your surroundings can be very beneficial to you by building materials that you need to help you defend your base and to keep enemies at bay. Out in the open world environment, there are a few elements to keep in mind. Be on the lookout for enemies, carbon crystals, and prepare for the dust zone that are very damaging without an air tank. Just to make things just a little bit more difficult, while in the dust zone, depth of visibility is lessened, you only have so much oxygen and there's no visible markers or waypoints on your iDroid. The story will last anywhere from between 15 to 20 hours. This doesn't include grinding for resources. For the lack of hours that the single player mode gives us, the multiplayer will surely make up for that. Starting in multiplayer, you're thrown into a lobby where 3 other players meet up in a battlegrounds-like environment. You're able to gear up, craft, and have a blast going ham on other players that are waiting in the lobby with you. The goal is to protect the objective from zombie wanderers, bombers, and armored hordes before they destroy it. Setting up fortifications to build a defense is the ideal way to survive all 3 waves. Surviving all 3 waves rewards you with the immense loot reward that can help you ease your single player mode experience. The game will also reward you with the side quests that will give you more items such as ammo, crafting materials, and you might just get lucky enough to get a walker. While in single player mode, where you have to level up slowly, in multiplayer mode the XP bonuses are more substantial. While playing in the game in multiplayer, you'll notice that you don't have to worry about your hunger or your thirst, which is a good thing since you're more concerned about the hordes that are trying to kill you. The game does have friendly fire set on, so be careful when jumping in front of a firefight. If a fellow player does go down, you can help them by reviving them. If you do end up biting the dust yourself, you can use a revive pill or get redeployed. In other words, respawn and run back all the way back to the mission objective. Since the game links both modes together because of its constant online feature, it's able to transfer your items to and from different game modes to help survive the horde. Multiplayer can be loads of fun when you have the right people to play with you. Now that we've covered everything, let's go into the pros and cons of Metal Gear Survive. So here's some of the pros to Metal Gear Survive. Co-op and co-op multiplayer. It's always fun to play with your friends no matter what. Character customization, there's so many things you can do to make the character your own. And it's easy to craft items. By finding the materials you need, you just instantly create it. Transferring items from single player to multiplayer and back. That is a really cool feature. There are some of the cons to the game. Tedious micromanaging through the menu to heal or use other items can be such a hassle. Using the menu doesn't pause the game in single player mode, causing you to get injured if near enemies in the middle of a combat situation. Combat controls can be very clunky at times, especially when you're trying to dodge enemies, because it really wasn't made for that. Open world can be very bland and boring to look at. This was our heads up for Metal Gear Survive. If you're a fan looking for a rich storyline, you probably won't pick up this title. That being said, if you like the idea of killing zombies and having to survive with your friends, you might pick it up, but that's up to you. So have you played the game for yourself? Well, comment down below and let us know how you feel about the game. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest of your pop culture fix. I'm Chad with the PC Fix, and I hope that you got your fix.